Welcome back to MarketHub. I'm your host, Joe, and today we have an incredible story that's going to change how you think about waste and opportunity. I'm here with Zia, who transformed her failing door-to-door fruit business into a thriving black soldier fly operation. Zia, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Joe. I'm excited to share this journey because honestly, 2 years ago, I never imagined I'd be talking about fly farming as my main business.
Let's start at the beginning. Paint us a picture. What was life like when you were selling pineapples and perishables door to door?
Oh man, Joe, it was brutal. I'd wake up at 4 a.m. to get the freshest pineapples from the market, load up my cart, and spend 10 to 12 hours walking through neighborhoods. The worst part? By evening, if I hadn't sold everything, I'd watch perfectly good fruit start to rot. I was losing about 30% of my inventory daily.
That's a huge loss margin. Can you share a specific story that really drove home how unsustainable this was?
Absolutely. There was this one week in the rainy season, I'll never forget it. I had invested my last $200 in a mix of pineapples, mangoes, and vegetables. It rained for 3 straight days, so foot traffic was minimal. By day 4, everything was either spoiled or too soft to sell. I literally threw away $180 worth of produce. I sat in my kitchen that night crying over a pile of rotten fruit, wondering if I should just give up.
That must have been devastating, but something changed your perspective. What was that turning point?
The turning point came from that same pile of rotten fruit, believe it or not. My neighbor's chickens had gotten loose and were going crazy eating the scraps I'd thrown out. They were fighting over these old mango peels like it was gourmet food. That got me thinking, there has to be value in this waste.
And that's when you discovered black soldier flies?
Not immediately. First, I tried composting, but it was too slow and didn't generate income. Then I stumbled across a YouTube video about black soldier fly farming. The presenter was talking about how these flies could convert organic waste into protein and fertilizer. I thought, this sounds too good to be true, but I was desperate enough to try anything.
For our listeners who might not know, can you explain what black soldier flies are and why they're valuable?
Great question. Black soldier flies are these amazing insects that are nature's recyclers. The larvae, that's the baby flies, can eat almost any organic waste, fruit scraps, vegetable peels, even food waste from restaurants. As they eat, they grow fat and protein rich. Then they pupate and become adult flies. The beautiful thing is you get 3 valuable products. The larvae themselves are packed with protein, perfect for feeding chickens and fish. Their waste becomes incredible fertilizer, and the adult flies produce more eggs to continue the cycle.
Walk us through your first attempt at this. How did you start?
I started small with a plastic container in my backyard and ordered some black soldier fly eggs online for about $15. I fed them my leftover fruit scraps. Joe, within 2 weeks, I had hundreds of fat, wriggling larvae. My first harvest was tiny, maybe enough protein to feed a few chickens for a day, but I was hooked.
What was your second breakthrough moment?
The second breakthrough moment came about 3 months later. I had scaled up to 3 containers and was processing all my unsold fruits, plus waste from 2 local restaurants. One morning, I weighed my larvae harvest, 12 pounds of pure protein. I did the math. Commercial chicken feed costs about $0.80 per pound, but my larvae were producing protein worth $2.50 per pound if I sold it. Plus, I was getting high-quality fertilizer as a bonus.
That's incredible. How did you expand from there?
I took a calculated risk. I used my savings to build what I call my biopod, essentially a controlled environment for breeding the flies. The adults mate, lay eggs, and die within about a week. I sort the harvest into 3 categories: new eggs for the next generation, dried larvae for animal feed, and processed fertilizer for plants.
You mentioned you have a secondary facility. How does that work?
Yes, the biopod is like the nursery where eggs hatch and larvae grow. Once they're ready to pupate, I move them to my secondary facility, converted storage shed, where they transform into adult flies. It's climate controlled because temperature affects their breeding cycle. The males and females mate, then die, and I harvest everything for the next cycle.
This completely changed your relationship with your original fruit business, didn't it?
Completely. Now, instead of fearing leftover fruit, I actually factored into my profit model. Unsold pineapples become fly food, which becomes protein, which I sell to local chicken farmers. I'm no longer losing money on waste, I'm making money from it.
You mentioned vertical farming, too. How does that fit in?
The fertilizer from my flies is liquid gold, Joe. I started growing herbs and vegetables vertically in my backyard using this fertilizer. The growth rate is incredible. My tomatoes are twice the size they used to be, and my leafy greens grow 40% faster. I'm now selling fresh produce and have virtually eliminated my input costs because I'm feeding my plants with my own fertilizer.
Let's talk about your chickens. What changes have you noticed?
The difference is night and day. Chickens fed with black soldier fly larvae grow bigger, healthier, and faster than those on commercial feed. Their eggs are richer, the yolk color is more vibrant, and I'm selling these premium eggs for twice the price of regular eggs. My customers can taste the difference.
What would you say to someone who's hesitant about fly farming? It does sound a bit unusual.
I get it. When I first told my family I was farming flies, they thought I'd lost my mind. But here's the thing. These aren't house flies or anything gross. Black soldier flies are clean, they don't spread disease, and the adults don't even have functional mouths, so they can't bite. Plus, when you see your first $500 profit from what used to be garbage, all the hesitation disappears.
You've started teaching others. Tell us about that.
About 6 months ago, neighbors and other small business owners started asking how they could do this too. So I began offering weekend workshops. I charge $50 per person and teach everything, setting up containers, managing the breeding cycle, harvesting techniques, and market opportunities. Last month, I made $800 just from teaching.
That's fantastic. What's the bigger picture here? How do you see recycling as a business model?
Joe, we're sitting on gold mines of waste. Every restaurant, every household, every market generates organic waste that costs money to dispose of. What is? Instead of paying to throw it away, we turned it into income. Black soldier flies are just one example. There's money in composting, in biogas production, in upcycling materials. The key is changing our mindset from waste disposal to resource transformation.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to start their own recycling business?
Start small and learn the process first. Don't invest huge amounts up front. With black soldier flies, you can literally start with a $20 plastic container and some kitchen scraps. Track everything, your inputs, outputs, costs, and profits. Most importantly, think about your local market. Who needs what you can produce? I succeeded because I understood that local chicken farmers needed affordable protein and gardeners wanted quality fertilizer.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I want to scale this up significantly. I'm planning to partner with restaurants and food processing companies to handle their organic waste on a larger scale. I also want to develop a franchise model so other entrepreneurs can replicate the system in their communities. Imagine if every neighborhood had a black soldier fly operation, turning local food waste into local resources.
Any final thoughts for our listeners?
Don't be afraid to see opportunity where others see problems. That pile of rotten fruit that made me cry 2 years ago was actually the seed of my success. Sometimes our biggest challenges are just our biggest opportunities in disguise. And if you're thinking about black soldier fly farming, seriously, just try it. Start with one container, feed it your kitchen scraps for a month, and see what happens. You might be surprised.
Zia, this has been absolutely fascinating. Where can people find you if they want to learn more?
They can find me here in the comments section or email me via our website. I'm always happy to help fellow entrepreneurs get started with sustainable recycling businesses.
Thanks for joining us, Zia. This has been MarketHub. I'm Joe, reminding you that sometimes the best opportunities are hiding in the places we least expect to look.
Yes, indeed. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more talks on different innovative stuff.